Hey guys, this is Crystal with Black Dog School of Yoga. This is the first of many videos that I'll be putting out to you to help with desk fatigue. So anytime you feel aches and pains in the neck and the wrists, maybe from some carpal tunnel or just from sitting all day, these videos will certainly help you. So feel free to reference them. Today I'm going to be talking about specifically the wrists, the neck, and the shoulders. Just some simple exercises for you to do right at your desk. So find yourself seated on your desk chair, and rather than leaning back like this so you're slumped over, come forward so you're sitting in the middle of your seat. Place your palms flat on your desktop and just gently press down as if you're trying to push your torso up and away from the floor so you get some length up through the crown of your head, and then really feel your sit bones equally pressing into the chair seat. Just give yourself a couple breaths here. So this is a nice way to ground if you're leaving a busy meeting or you've just been focusing on emails all day or been on the phone. Just check in, place your palms on a steady surface, and take a couple deep breaths. And then from here, I want you to keep that tall seat, but take your palms to the front of the desk surface. Flip your fingertips towards the ceiling. And then from here, just gently push away, almost like you're doing the slightest of a push-up away from the desk, and then draw your hands apart, right to left, trying to broaden your collarbones to their own sides. Think that you're trying to make your shoulders and your chest a little bit wider, and you'll feel some of that freedom across the front of your chest. Couple breaths there. And then release the pressure and go ahead and turn the fingertips to 9 and 3. Try to get your whole palm and the whole probably middle finger onto the edge of the desk, depending on how thick your desk is. And then same thing, reach up through the crown of your head and then drag your hands right to left. So your wrists are miniature collarbones. So when you get a little bit of tension in your neck and your shoulders, just simple wrist flipping will help alleviate some of that pain. It doesn't have to be a big dramatic turn, but just getting some of that mobility back into your wrist joint. And then one more turn, flip your fingertips towards the floor, and as best as you can, keep your fingers open so you're not gripping the underside of the desk. Push the table away just a little bit, and then drag your hands right to left, like you're trying to broaden your chest out to their own sides. Couple breaths. Keep reaching up through the crown of your head. Nice, and release that pressure. Go ahead and slouch forward just a little bit to take your elbows onto the desktop. And then from here, you're going to take your hands beside your head like this, and I want you to bring your chest forward like you're trying to do a back bend, and at the same time, gently grip your head and pull it downwards like you're trying to pull your fingertips this way to give yourself just a gentle neck stretch. And then as you do that, reach the crown of your head forward as if, think of like a turtle coming out of the turtle shell. Nice elongation through the sides of your neck, keeping the front of your throat soft. Nice, and then gently release that, and then we'll get a little bit into the shoulders. So go ahead and take one elbow on top of another. It doesn't matter which one, just remember which one you're doing. And cup your hands over the head of your shoulders. Make sure your elbows are stacked, that you're not crossed at the forearm, that you're stacked at the elbows. And then gently round forward. So if you're familiar with cat-cows, very similar movement here. Lifting the elbows up as you go up, lifting the chin, and then exhale, round forward, hollow the belly. Take a couple times just like this, so you're rocking through the entirety of your pelvis as well as your elbows, your neck kind of follows. So it's almost like a bit of a whole body movement here with your feet planted on the floor. Get a good hold of your shoulders so you have a nice fit, hand over the shoulder socket. Nice, and then make your way back to the middle, and you'll switch just which arm is on top. This side might feel a little bit awkward, so make sure, again, you're stacking your elbows, not the forearms. Really get a good cross. Hold on tight to the heads of your shoulders, and then round forward. Taking nice, deep, slow breaths. So you can do as many rounds of this as you want. Just a couple is really potent to break up your day. Dissolve some of that stress, dissolve from some of the fatigue from just looking at your screen. And then coming back to the center. Come back to the first arm position again. You can stay right here, or if you know eagle arms, take eagle arms. Same thing here, cross at the elbows and then grab the wrist. Make a soft fist with your left hand by putting the thumb into the center and then crossing your other 4 fingers on top. And then imagine like you're holding a pen. I'll show you here. I'll hold a highlighter in my hand and I'm drawing circles on the wall in front of me. And they can be as big or as small as you'd like them to be. Same thing, they're pretty potent, so you don't have to do very many. Maybe take 3 or 4 rounds in one direction. And then you'll take 3 or 4 rounds in the other direction. I kind of like the highlighter. It gives me feedback of where I'm going so it doesn't feel like I'm flopping around. So if that helps you, just stick a pen or a pencil or a marker into your hand. You're at your desk, so why not? Maybe you have that supply there and ready. And then you'll switch sides. So I'll take the highlighter into my other hand, cross. Again, if you're doing this variation, a little bit harder to hold the pencil, but if you're in the eagle variation, grab the opposite wrist. And then from here, start to make your circles. So think about it as like barrel rolls in the chest just a little bit. And they can be tiny circles, but what I do want them to be are circles, so circular. So just do 3 or 4 in one direction. And then you'll switch the directions and go the other way. See where it is that's maybe a little bit sticky. You can slow down the corners there a little bit to really get into the edges of your shoulders. Nice deep breaths. All right, and then coming back to the center, let's do one more thing before we wrap it all up. Take your hands, wrists right into the hip creases, and then push your legs down as you stretch the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. This helps root the hips down, tame some of that stress. Maybe close your eyes for just a breath or two. And then begin to turn your wrists to 9 and 3. So same thing we were doing at the very beginning on the edge of the desk, but now we're going onto the thighs. So if you do this and it's way too much, just repeat this for a second round, no problem. Work to go to straighter arms, maybe not all the way, but straighten your arms just a little bit more. Press down as you lift up through the crown of your head. Give it a couple breaths. Feel free to close your eyes. All right, and here's our last wrist flip. So you'll take your fingers into the wrist creases. This is really intense. So I kind of come forward, take the palms of my hands on my thighs, and then I work to get my chest, oh my goodness, away from the thighs, away from the desk. Again, if it's too much, just take it right on the edge of the desk. Also, don't feel like you have to sit straight up. So you can be somewhere approximately here, and think about back bending. If you're familiar with like a cobra pose, see if you can come up and out through like a cobra pose. I feel this a lot in my fingers. So if you're sitting there typing a lot, this will be wonderful. Give it just one more breath wherever you are. Nice. And then slowly release. Just give a couple circles to the wrists. Oh boy. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that helps you just kind of break up your day a little bit, and stay tuned for more desk fatigue videos.